Welcome to the Northern Knits podcast, where two friends in fiber who knit, craft, crochet, and talk everything in between. My name is Jocelyn, and my co-host is
Diana.
I'm told it's episode 380, so we'll see how that goes. Apologies if we pick up any wind or we see light fluctuations on my end. It is only 24 degrees Celsius in the city today, which is down from the 40 it was late last
Oh,
week.
good grief.
I have my windows open to take advantage of the fresh air circulation wind situation going on because we might get back into the 30s by the weekend again. It keeps fluctuating as forecasts do, and I have reached that obsessive check the forecast stage of the summer. So I'm watching that 29 become 34, become 27, become 31. I'm like, oh God. Says it gets warmer by the weekend. I just don't know how warm yet because I'm not there. But yeah, no,
Good luck.
we were extreme heat warning for a couple of days. Which is brutal for me. I do not deal well with it. And me and Aaron have decided all the people who make jokes about winter peg are going to get it. We're coming with them. We're going to aggressively come at their faces with much vigor and ire because no one seems to register that we also do hot for periods of time too.
Yeah.
Yeah, which
Yeah, Winnipeg does do hot.
to be fair annoys me when people who don't live in Winnipeg go, "Oh, we must be so cold all the time." I go, "No,
No.
absolutely not. We do both extremes. We do both extremes." And I
Yeah.
would really rather the minus 40 because our buildings are designed for the cold.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, you lived here. You know what it's like.
Oh, I know. Oh, I know.
It's crazy pants. All right.
We just get all the humidity over here.
Oh God, I could live without it. Thank you. I'm good.
I
I
do kind of miss the dry heat, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, dry heat, it's totally manageable. The humidity, oh my God, I want to die. Oh my God, I want to die.
It's like we're living with the windows open because our AC is broken right now. It's not getting fixed till
Oh
later this week.
God, I
Um,
just
so
woof.
it's just humid. It's just like 80% humidity all the
Sticky,
time, everywhere, even
sticky.
inside.
No, gross. No, I don't. 0 out of 10 recommend. Well, I enjoy I'm not going to drink all of this today, but I live by myself, so I'm just drinking out of the container. Arizona green tea, iced tea with ginseng. Arizona is one of the few pre-made iced tea brands I can just drink for the most part.
I like that brand. It's good.
And it's not expensive, which is nice. However, like the caveman college guy I'm just drinking out of the container.
I am lamenting my lack of ice cream, despite the fact that I was at the grocery store earlier today. I still managed to forget ice cream for a proper root beer float. So I have sad fake root beer in my fun crochet cup.
Okay.
It's got a sparkly crochet pattern on it.
Oh, I suppose I could. Technically, I have an FO, but I'm not really. Guys, I made a new coaster. I just took some cotton and made it. I didn't even weave in the end. It just lives here on the side of the computer, and I use it to hold drinks.
It's a cute coaster. It counts.
So there you go. I have an
There,
FO.
one FO for the day.
There you go. Now I feel better about my week. And I feel better about the fact that it's not just all gray. There's also a little bit of white and green in my crafting week this week, because otherwise it's
Hey!
all gray all day. I suppose we should get into projects, things we've worked on. I'm eyeballing the milk chocolate bar on the computer desk. Oh, because I got acquisitions. I will talk about the backup package that there's a whole story. We'll get into it later.
So many things. Okay.
So many things going on this week. I finally assembled my gray version of the everyday crochet, my favorite every at some point there will be a link because the pattern will be live and we're going to link it because I keep mashing the words together. It's another one of those, it's just a bunch of simple words, so therefore it will always come out wrong. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
I still have to think really hard before I say endless summer adventure. Otherwise, it comes out summer endless adventure. There's no reason for it. There's absolutely no reason for it, but I do it. And that's what I do. But I have a button situation I need to bring up. So this
Okay.
is some reclaimed Briggs and Little gray heather, which has a very, very cool blue color to it. not dissimilar from the shade of the clouds before the great big thunderstorms the last couple of days. There's some intense cloudage going on. And I made a button band, which is
Mm-hmm.
unusual in and of itself. And let me tell you, there's reasons why I don't do button bands. So after I sewed the first button on twice, because the first time I screwed up, we were doing a lot smoother. And I've got 5 buttons on it.
Okay. That's good.
I think I need to put it on because you can see the size of the buttons, right?
Yeah.
I think I need to put it on and decide if 5 buttons is enough buttons and if I should just sew closed the other buttonholes. Because I made technically 9 buttonholes, but I'm feeling like 5 might be enough.
Hmm. Yeah, it's hard to tell in that format, but
Yeah, so I think I gotta now that we're not 40 Celsius, I gotta put it on my person and see how I
mhm.
feel with it buttoned. Because we are
Good
gonna
call.
gain we're gonna gain some length when it gets washed and blocked, right? So like it's gonna get a bit longer because it's a natural wool and there is lace stitching in this bad boy. And those lace sections will open up as they do. As they do. So the red version has a non-button button band. Man, I love a non-button button band. But the gray version has a button band. So I think I need to try it on. I might need to wash and block too. Can you imagine how long it's going to take at like 50% humidity for this thing to dry? God, it's going to be days. It's going to be days. Okay.
Good luck.
I may need it. But we are creeping closer to a finish. I do want to get some photos of the sweaters on people. There will be no it is taking photos to publish patterns is an interesting balance of marketing and information. And I'm not sure quite how to situate that balance yet. I cannot take pictures of myself by myself and have the whole cardigan in view. That's there's a physics
Yeah,
issue
yeah.
there. I cannot be in 2 places at once. But I do technically I do have friends that I could put this on. So the question is, can I get one who loves me enough that lets me take the photo but crops their head out of the photo shot because they have the right to have their own personal lives. I make Diana's face be on there when I do patterns, but I want you need a good lifestyle shot. You need a good lifestyle shot of the garment in action because you need that pretty first photo. I don't
Hmm.
care what else we say and whatever other photos we're looking for, we stop at the pretty lifestyle photos. I stop at the pretty lifestyle photos. I am perfectly aware that
Yes.
it's a marketing thing. I still want other photos. I would like the close-up photo. I'd like the schematic sometimes, not always. Sometimes I find the schematics not helpful because it's very thin black lines on a white background, so it doesn't do a thing for me.
Fair.
But I need a good lifestyle photo shot, and I'm not sure how to get that for a worsted weight cardigan in the middle of summer. So we'll see how I figure that one out. Guys, I'm going to be messing around with my blinds all day because it's just misty winds.
I
Yes?
have 2 projects.
So should I go again? Because I have more.
You probably should go again.
Okay, let's stay on the gray train. I had enough leftover gray brings a little yarn that I reclaimed. That I have enough for a whole other crocheted top.
That's impressive. How was there that much yarn in one sweater?
Mostly because we went from a waffle stitch to a very open breezy stitch with a worsted weight yarn on an 8mm hook. There is
That
a
makes
lot of
sense.
air. There's a lot of air. So I
That
stuck to
makes
that
sense.
theme for the leftover. That sure that makes sense. And I was like, I could probably make a crop top. So I did a front panel and a crop top, knowing that like if I've got once I've made the back panel and the sleeves, if I've got enough left over after that, I will lengthen the panels, right? Because then I can just weigh what's left over and divide it in half
Hmm.
and go from there. But there's no pattern. I'm sure I could write something up real quick. But it's just a crop top. It's got a small stripe of half double crochets and wide stripe sections of this nice little lacy chainette sort of idea. Oh, this hurts my ribs. Okay. Hopefully that's in frame enough you guys can see.
Yep.
I did super simple, like on the bottom, because I wanted it very loose and relaxed, not cinched in at all. This is like half double crochet through the back loop for the ribbing. Like this is just meant to hang and drape, right? I'm thinking for over my summer dresses in the fall. It's gonna be boat necked. I'm just gonna pin it together. This is the back panel, so the front panel, the last two rows, I'll leave a little space in like in the neckline so it sits a bit lower in the front.
Hmm.
And then I'm gonna do full sleeves. Then my summer dresses can become like fall dresses, well, fall skirts.
Nice.
And then we'll go from there. And I was super excited because I was gonna have two panels done. That was I was gonna be like, look, guys, two panels. And then we could all do the victory cheer because then the longest and hardest part is done. Except I, the person who thought of this thing, who have been working on this thing, who's had to go fish the freaking hook for this project out of every single available underside surface in the apartment because Phaedra's been helping her, forgot and has been doing double crochet stripes instead of half double crochet stripes.
Oh.
So I get to rip back to my ribbing, which at least I remembered to do that as a half double crochet, and start again.
Boo.
Of course I do. So got slowed down, guys. I was like, here's two petals, and then all we have left to do is the sleeves. It'd be great, and it'll be good times. It would have been fun, but no. But I still have this much yarn.
That's so much.
Um, we're gonna see where we're at the end of the sleeves, but I may end up making this a full-length pullover just to use the scraps up because I do not want scraps in my life anymore. I do not. If I end up making it a full pullover, I'm gonna V-neck the front, right? So we'll see what happens. I gotta finish the panel I'm working on right now. Again, 8mm sized hook. My great grandmother's 8mm sized plastic hook is what I am using. You know,
Oh no,
it's a
I
thing.
dropped a stitch.
But there you go. Two projects, all in that brings a little yarn. We'll see what happens. We'll see what
Okay,
happens.
fix the stitch. We're good.
I did start like a Ko-Fi shop for my other YouTube channel. So maybe I'll just write it out there as a blog post because you can do blog posts on that Ko-Fi thing and I can just post it there for people who are interested. And
Yeah.
then just give them the pattern. And then I don't have to worry about trying to write up another pattern. I can just give them the recipe instructions and they can do them. Chill about it. Oh, I measured this, guys. This is the complete aside. So this is a crochet square, beautiful lace square, beautiful lace square. It's like 9 inches wide. On a worsted, on a 5mm hook. These are huge squares.
Did they take long to do?
No, like 30, 40 minutes.
Wow.
I'll probably get faster as I go because I'll memorize the lace rounds. Most of my downtime right now is rewatching the video tutorial and going, it's in UK, you did US, or you crochet in US. I keep doing treble crochets where it needs to be a double crochet because US versus UK terms.
Yep. Yep.
Do a double crochet. That's a single crochet. There you go. I've done 2 projects and 1 random
I guess I
square
can
for
talk about a
fun.
thing.
I've got other things, but primarily I've got one more thing to talk about. Ooh, chocolate.
As we record, because I don't have a pair of vanilla socks right now because I finished them. I wore them this weekend. It was great. I wore them for a performance because they kind of matched the axolotl shirt, the purple and pink axolotl shirt. I competed in that. Everybody loved the axolotl shirt, and the socks, the coffee and that nebula socks kind of matched. So it was anyway. Now my only vanilla knitting project that was to hand was my jelly roll blanket that I'm making in scarf dimensions. So it's a jelly roll blanket scarf.
It's good though. You need
But
to
I've
work
just
on it.
finished my first color.
Oh,
I've just
excellent.
finished my first scrap, so I get to pick a new scrap.
Oh, you should pick a new
So,
scrap.
yeah, let me grab my scraps tin because that got timed
Yeah.
perfectly.
Just pick a new scrap. I literally have more stuff in gray to talk about.
Okay, well, I don't have gray as I have many options and very few of them are gray.
Good. We need a non-gray option. God, I love the color of your shirt today. So cheerful.
I know it's very not gray.
Super good.
Let's see. I was gonna alternate between light and dark,
Yes.
neutral-ish. So we've got brown, that's a dark.
Brown is dark. Well, that brown is dark.
I've got the leftover coffee in that nebula. That is neither neutral nor especially dark.
Nope.
So I think that's out. I don't think I want to do a self-striping sock, so let's put that aside. We've got two different shades of green
Okay, okay.
that are dark. Oh, come on, camera. Why are you like this?
I love
One
how,
moment.
I love how with all of the tech that we have, the thing that gives us the least amount of grief is my very cheap web camera.
The autofocus
all
sometimes decides it needs to
all
focus on the mirror behind me.
our headphones, our microphones, your camera, the thing that gives us the least amount of grief is my very cheap web camera.
I've got a tiny bit of some black. Oh, there's gone and decided to focus on the background again.
Cool, cool, cool.
It's just, you're being rude, camera.
Um, what's the first color you chose?
First color is this light color.
I'm thinking
Block
maybe
the part I think it's
green.
focusing.
I don't think black.
Black's not the vibe.
No, I think green or brown, but I'm leaning kind of towards green, though. I mean, obviously hold the green and then brown up to the light color and see what works, right?
Fix yourself, autofocus. There we go. Hi. It's just because it decides there's a face back here somewhere or something.
Sure.
Or like the reflection right here is enough like a face sometimes. Under certain lighting conditions. Okay. Oh, and that's I have more of that black and gray. Okay, but we're not going with that one.
Nah, I'm feeling the gray or feeling the brown or the green.
Browns or greens. I have blues or that one's not really dark.
No, I think you need to
That
get
one's not
away
dark
from
enough. Hang
that,
on.
from the vibe you've got from that lighter color, which is kind of a little
Oh, and
cool.
I have some of this green, although I don't know if that's necessarily dark. And those are all light neutrals. Okay. Well, I think it's going to be a green.
Okay.
I have three different shades of green.
Okay. Pick a green. I vote darkest.
Darkest green. I think that's going to be this middle green.
Okay. While you argue with your
Wow, this
camera.
camera's so struggling. I'm so sorry. I want to turn it off and on again and, fix this mess. All right. Uh, Actually, that one's slightly darker. We'll go with that one.
Okay.
All right. New color chosen.
Good. I'm glad you're working on
Now
that blanket scarf.
give me one moment to turn this camera off and on again.
Put in a cut. Cut. I have one last gray project. I swear at some point there will be more color in my life, guys.
Yeah.
It's because I've been like one of my goals for July was to go through and weigh and count all of my yarn. And I'm doing like a stash busting goal sort of series on the other YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to weigh and count all of your yarn. So I'm like, okay, cool. I have not done my works in progress. I feel like that's going to be a whole other thing, I suspect. But I really, really, really didn't want to have to count this gray bricks and little yarn. So I really, really, really want it to be gone because I have my total so far, and oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
Like I understood I had a lot of yarn. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I don't want to know.
I'm not entirely sure I need to know. I do now. I do now, and I'm a bit of a completionist, so now that I'm 2/3 done, I'm gonna finish the rest of it. But oh my gosh. Watching that total climb every day is
Yeah.
it's a bit much. It's a bit much. It's a bit much. So I'm working on my triangle endless summer adventure shawl version. Everybody probably remembers the amazing black rainbow and like snot green, slime green worsted weight one that I made, which will be like amazing around Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty. Did we ever post the review for that yarn?
Nope. It's coming.
Cool. I'm so glad you're on top of that. So
I'm very on top of things.
I wanted to do a fingering weight version just so that people can have some options because not everybody likes monstrously huge worsted weight shawls. I love me a monstrously huge worsted weight shawl, but I also walk year round, so that minus 40 Celsius I was talking about, I still have to get groceries. And it's 2 feet in a heartbeat because you don't let visually impaired people drive. That's just at my level. It's bad. There is some visual
Yeah.
people who wear glasses can drive. People who aren't as blind as I am can drive. I can't really spot buildings, never mind roads and cars. I am way past the point where driving is an option. So I need those worsted weight shawls at some point. However, a lot of people live and function with cars, so they don't quite necessarily need that much layering to get around in their day. So I've got a fingering weight version on the go. I'm using a skein of dongle tweed in gray, which I will then be fading into the 4 50-gram skeins of Holst that I got as a gift a coon's age ago now. And it's 4 different shades of purple. So we're going to be gray at the top. Then we're going to do a little kind of stripy fade situation into the purple. And then I'm just going to fade through the purple to the end. It's obviously going to have tassels. This is Jocelyn. Just think about who you're talking to here. Of course, I will have tassels. And I'm going to just keep going till I have run out of yarn. And then I will write down the stitch count numbers and the gauge for the fingering weight version. And then she goes out because shawls, right? Like we got a bit more wiggle room than we do with other situations. And this long-winded explanation was to stall to see if I could finish knitting to the end of the row so I could actually show you this thing while it wasn't in the middle of a row. Because it's what I'm working on while we record, but these rows are getting long.
Mm-hmm.
And they're gonna
I
be
like
even
this one.
longer.
The rows are never long. They're always short.
Always short. I love a top-down triangle shawl, so and I did asymmetrical shawls for a very long time, so it's probably good for me to switch up my shawl shape preference for a while and make other things. What in the world is the wind blowing around now? Oh, who knows? Oh, it's Gray Fullbuster. I have one of those anime screen prints. Wall hanging prints.
Yes.
Yes. And mine's of Gray Fullbuster from Fairy Tale. And he's a little blowy today in the wind. So here we go. As you can see, we're making progress.
Oh, it's so pretty.
But I love this dongle tweed. It's very nice to work in. So it'll be very pretty. And then we're gonna get into the purples, but she's gonna be a Jocelyn size shawl. So got a ways to go. And I still have like this much of the tweed left to go. I need to reserve some to make tassels. I, of
Yep.
course, am knitting on a 4mm hook, so 4mm hook, 4mm needles, so that'll be pretty on par for everybody else's at like a 3.5 or 3.75 for gauge. So, however, I'll never get done if I never work on it. So I'm making
This
myself do
is
design
very
work.
true.
I am making myself do design work so that I can get some stuff off my plate.
I'll talk about a thing
Talk about thing?
very briefly. I didn't do a lot
Sure.
of work on it,
That's fine. It still
but
counts.
I'm carrying on with the dad's cabled vest. Oops, I gotta hold it back here now that autofocus is off.
Oh, the
So
cables. The
the
cables.
cables, the cables. I've officially memorized the pattern. I have to hold it back here because autofocus is off. As I say it to myself again so that maybe I remember. But it's very textury. Texture. I I keep looking at these tiny little needles and like these gotta be too small. This gauge has gotta be way too tight, but like it's
Mm.
not. It's not. This is the right gauge. I got gauge.
You want tight.
It
You want
just,
tight for cables. Otherwise, the cables don't look good.
I
Is that
know,
right?
it's just, it's weird. It feels weird. But I've got a lot of this done. Most of it, honestly, most of this I got done while watching Bridgerton because I decided to give it a second shot.
Okay.
And if you don't think about it as ever trying to be a faithful adaptation of the book, and it's more like they borrowed the characters' names and the setting and the major plot points and then did their own thing.
I
They
can't.
took the framework
I
and
can't.
they kind of did their own thing.
I,
In that context, I find it very enjoyable.
oh, I can't. Patreon members are in the know. But in case you're not a Patreon member, we'll go over a thing that happens. At $1 a month, which is like the entry level for Patreon, like me and Diana made that gate barrier as low as we could conceivably do. You can get onto Discord. To get onto Discord, we're in there all the time talking about stuff and posting small children doing happy dances for Diana because she did really good at her dance competition this weekend.
I made finals. I went to a dance competition. In case anybody was not in the know, I went to a dance competition this last weekend. So if I'm like, bleh, I'm swung over.
You're so oh right, because there's a term for
Swung
that.
over, yeah.
I forgot
There's
that.
very little alcohol involved. It's
A
not like a
lot of dancing.
hangover. It's just like
Dance.
I danced for 12
Dance.
hours a day for 3 days.
That's so much
I'm
dance.
swung over. But I made finals, which means I got the
So good.
point that I needed to move up divisions. So
Oh,
now I
so
am in
good.
the novice category. I moved up from newcomer to novice.
Ah, good.
I'm very happy about it. Yeah.
So cool. We were so excited. I went and looked for an animated GIF to post for you. That says a lot because I
I
don't lighten up
saw, I'm
this.
like, whoa, you were very determined.
I
Much
looked
excitement needed.
much excitement was required, so it was worth the effort because it's a big goal and it's a good accomplishment. It's a good accomplishment. It's English. It's an excellent accomplishment, given that you've only been dancing for a very short period of time.
About a year, just
Yeah,
over a year.
that's a short period of
Yeah,
time.
it is.
We're doing great. One of the other
Next goal,
perks.
make intermediate.
I know.
That's,
Always
that's a
good.
5-year goal.
It's fair. It's going to require more skill building.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. One of the things that we get to do in the Discord is the Advent calendar exchange. Now, while this year partners have already been paired up and notifications are going out for that before this episode goes live, we also do sort of like semi-quarterly yarn exchanges. You sign up, you get paired with another person in the Discord group. So you already have stuff to talk about. We already sort of know each other because we're all members of the Northern Knits community. Me and Diana always participate. We decided up front that was important from the get-go. And it was great. We're actually just gearing up to do another exchange right now. But the last exchange that we did, I got double paired. What happens is if there's an odd number, me or Diana take turns doubling up. So I got a package from the marvelous moderator, who was one of the people I was paired up with from Norway. The other lady I was paired up in the Patreon is a Patreon member from Germany. So she put a package in the mail. We thought it had gotten lost. Now you have to understand that techs in the machine, gremlins in the machine, is an ongoing war of attrition with Jocelyn that I have been struggling with since I was a child. If it
It's impressive.
involves some form of technology, it will go sideways. It will go sideways. It will go sideways in a way that makes all IT departments go, that shouldn't break.
Or at least it shouldn't break like that.
It shouldn't break like that. That is my skill. It is a hardcore skill. I don't know why I put points into that skill format, but I sure did, and this is where we're at. It is created such delightful stories as a change of form address to move within my own province somehow ended up being a death notification that I had to go prove I was alive. No, they've never figured out how that happened. That's what happened, so I went and dealt with it. So this is not an unusual occurrence. So anytime we can remove Jocelyn from technology, we do this because it is just wiser. However, the mail system is very technologically driven. For the most part, things will eventually get there.
Usually.
Usually. We've had some losses, like I lost an advent calendar a couple of years ago I mailed out. It's never arrived either here or to its destination. No idea where it's gone. Last year's Advent partner that I had, no idea where the package went for my Advent. She's just gone in the ether, never showed up. This is not unusual. Like, this is very commonplace for me. So my partner from Germany, I sent her yarn. I sent her some Canadian alpaca yarn. And she sent a package in the mail. I was delighted because eventually the package did make it to me. It was beat all to this side of last Tuesday. The box was in very bad shape, but all the stuff was in it, according to the letter. And I got some German tea. I got some lovely fingering weight yarn. I got rock sugar to go with the German tea. I got some chocolate bars. So, like, a wonderful little yarn exchange gift present, right? I sent her alpaca yarn and Reese's Pieces because she liked chocolate and peanut butter together. And is there any better combination of chocolate and peanut butter than Reese's and Pieces?
No,
My sibling said no.
that is the best chocolate peanut butter combination.
She said that was the chocolate peanut butter combination I had to go with, and bowing to her expertise, that's what I sent. She had sent a second package back up because she felt so bad that my first package got lost and didn't tell anybody. And it showed up last week. So she sent me a message. I'm like, I can't leave my apartment. I think the gods. We know an Aaron. And Aaron was willing to go deal with the post office to get my package for me. Because Aaron is not Jocelyn. Aaron does not have Jocelyn identification because Aaron is not Jocelyn. But Aaron very kindly, Aaron of Fireweed Fabrico, guys, like, we're friends, kindly went to the post office and did a little short phone conversation with me to prove that, yes, she was picking up the package for me. I was aware that this is what she was doing. I brought it home and I added more stuff to my collection. She didn't, you do not have to do that. Like, I acknowledge that we're taking a risk because we are interacting with technology and it's fine. I am not offended by it. But she sent me replacement, and yeah, she sent yarn, and yeah, she sent those steel crochet hooks I've been eyeballing to do the historical patterns.
Oh,
Fantastic. Yeah, she's like, they're just hanging around my house. I never use them. I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing. She sent more tea. She sent more chocolate. In fact, earlier in the episode, you can watch me eat some of it because I was shoving it in my face earlier. Do you know what else she sent me?
what?
She sent me an emotional support chicken.
Oh, that's so great. That's fantastic. What
amazing?
terrific pun name does this one have?
I think it's the Cleopatra one. Cleo, I forget now. It's written down. This is why we write this stuff. Cleo, for short. I remember the short version. But, like, come on now. Look at how cute that is. I have the freaking pattern for an emotional support chicken. I cannot understand why I keep putting off not making these things. Like, come on now.
You got to make one. That is so freaking cute.
Now. This is stinking adorable.
Such a dumb little chicken, and I love it.
Such a dumb little chicken. And okay, so I need to make Cleo some friends. So we need some more emotional support chickens. And it's not like the other things weren't also fabulous and amazing, because they were. And they are delightful, and I appreciate that this happened because it was not necessary. It was not necessary. Babe, you did not have to send me a second box. It's fine. It's fine. She also sent some wonderful Halloween green yarn.
Holy crap, that's bright.
And I mean, and it's blowing out, it's double the brightness on the screen that it is in person, but that's still really bright.
It's glowing.
It's a very bright yarn, and I'm freaking in love with it. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, but I'm going to find something. And it's a fingering weight yarn. So I think it's a sock yarn. I think that's what the note said. Erin read the note to me. It was a while ago. But then she also sent, like, hooks for cables.
Ooh.
And
I haven't seen that style of cable needle.
I know, neither have I. And I do enjoy having an assortment of tools because you can use tools for what they're designed for, and you can use tools for things that they're not designed for. And it works great. The tea's already in the tea collection. And then she put in a bag.
A bag of happiness.
A bag of happiness. So she knows me so well. Guys, if you ever wondered, I am exactly as I appear on the internet. And everybody in Discord can confirm I'm just as nuts in person. Or on the internet. And then a whole bunch. I don't even have all of them, but a whole bunch of these wonderful old school steel crochet hooks for the tiny, tiny, tiny crochet cotton threading.
Nice. Oh,
Like
that's
tiny,
wee.
tiny, 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 tiny. So this is amazing. These are gonna go on my crochet hooks because Diana can tell you, I have been eyeballing some serious historical crochet patterns. And one of the things I had to get first was the hooks so that I had the right hook size for the pattern. But step 2 is like literally get crochet thread. I don't even have crochet thread. I am several steps away, but I'm thinking we are one huge step closer. One huge step closer to I'm picking up the last of the hooks. Like she sent a serious plethora of hooks here.
Nice.
We are one step closer to that crocheted embroidery bag where it's crocheted with the beading that I was showing
Oh,
you. We are one step closer
yeah.
to that. So then I have to start picking up the other pieces for some seriously tiny crochet projects. Now
Nice.
I don't want to show you guys the box because it's got label information on it. We're not sharing my personal address with the internet. We'll just share it with friends I've made on the internet. That's fine, right? That's not
Select
weird at
pieces of the
all.
internet.
Pieces. So I don't know if that encourages or discourages people, but Patreon for us has been a great place to do some delightful stuff. Also, oh my god, I need to start crafting for the advent calendar. Oh boys. Ooh,
Good call.
I should talk to my partner and see if they would like to do a 24-day or a 12-day. Because me and my partner from last year did a 12-day exchange. So they were larger gifts because it was only the 12 days instead of the
Mm.
tiny, tiny gifts for 24
I
days.
need to check who
And
my
I
partner is
enjoyed
because I
that.
super don't remember.
That's super fair. Things are happening. So if you've ever wanted to join in the extras, Patreon's the place to be. So there we go. That was my super double windy story. That was absolutely unnecessary. Okay, cool. It's fine. We're fine. You have a Patreon ad thing to do. I have some
I
Arizona
do.
tea to drink. And then we can do announcements and then we can peace out.
Okay. I don't have a word today for my poor frazzled brain.
No,
She said hopefully.
no word
Thank
today.
God. Oh,
That was a lot of
thank
relief in that statement. Okay.
I had 2 cups of coffee and I'm barely functional.
So you
I
had
am
two
normally
cups?
I am a 1 cup of coffee person. I had 2 cups and I'm barely okay.
Oh my God, if this is yeah, okay, you absolutely did a lot of work because
I'm swung over.
I've seen you on 1 cup of coffee, and I've seen you on Jocelyn says a cup of coffee, which is 2 cups of coffee, and you are not
Two
you are
cups
not
of
that
coffee
caffeinated.
put me in a hamster wheel is normal.
Hmm.
I'm
Hmm.
struggling.
Power your own city.
Yeah, right. That's not me today.
Ah,
Uh, Me today might have a nap after this.
okay. Hey, I was napping before this, so that's fair.
All right. If you would like to financially support these shenanigans, you can do so at patreon.com/northernitspodcast. Any level of support gets you access to our patron-only Discord server, where we chat about all manner of things, come up with good punny names for emotional support chickens, do yarn exchanges and advent calendar exchanges, and all kinds of fun stuff. You should come join us there. We've got
Yeah,
our e-knit for the $5 and above level coming up this Saturday, the 20th,
true.
starting at noon Manitoba time, where we just hang out and chat. It's an internet knit club for an afternoon. It's
It
a good
is.
time.
Oh, I enjoy our Enits. So chill.
Yeah,
And I don't have
I'm
D&D
looking
after
forward to
this
it.
one, so I'm not going to be antsy about getting off. I can just chill. Oh.
I've got a dance party after this. It doesn't start till later in the evening though, so
Okay.
it's fine. I'll be recovered by then.
Oh, I hope so. Otherwise, I am going to make fun of your age.
I stayed up all night on Saturday with all the youngins,
Yeah,
okay? I
and you're
did the
still
thing.
paying for it.
Yes, I will still be paying for it tomorrow too.
Probably, yeah.
I
Uh,
understand. I know what I did.
mhm.
It was a choice. I made a choice.
You made a choice. As always, we do super understand budgets. Oh, they're a real life thing. If you can't financially support us, liking, subscribing, commenting here on YouTube, and following us on other social media platforms is a great way to keep up with us and show us what you're working on. As always, things are always in flux and change and motion. Diana starts her new job very soon, like from our perspective,
Tomorrow, which
tomorrow.
is yeah, which is
Yesterday
yesterday.
for
Yeah.
everybody else. Yeah. So we've got some flux going on. However, this Saturday is the Patreon e-knitted. This Friday is the mid-month motivation check-in with me and Louise on her channel, Wildflower and Wool. That's right, Jocelyn's got a double live header this weekend. That should be good. Should be fun. We are closing in on the completion of anything at this point is going to count. I have not done any work on my summer solstice, and I am running out of July. I'm running out of July, and I need to have a summer dress done by July because I challenged myself to have a sewn dress each month for the summer solstice. So I gotta pick up gears on that. That's great. That's wonderful. How's your summer solstice knit along coming there, Dana?
I haven't touched it since the last time we recorded, so that's how that's going.
Sweet. All right. If you
Yeah. In
want,
my
you can.
defense, I was away for half a week, so
You were. If you want to join in with us, we are doing a summer solstice craft with us. We did a live cast on party where we described all the details for everybody, and Diana does link things in the show notes. So
I
there
do.
is
Mine's back here in this cute little mushroom house.
Mine isn't even in here. It's sitting on the back of my rocking chair to be sewn because I like to hand sew in my rocking chair like I'm 85.
Honestly, that sounds so good with a cup of tea.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah, that's exactly what happens. That
That sounds
is the whole
great.
thing. That is the whole thing. Whole thing. Yeah, so good. What else we got going on? That's pretty much it. We don't do a ton in the summer. I know there's a bunch of people doing Tour de Fleece. I know that the Knit Girls have their Stash Dash going on. Is that what they call it? Stash Dash? I think that's what they call it.
Oh yeah.
For the summer.
Obviously, I fell off my Tour de Fleece plans because I haven't spun it all this past week.
I bowed
I was
out.
like, okay, and then I just
I bowed out that our motion hurts a lot still, so I am glad
yeah,
I went, no,
that's totally
I was
reasonable.
dumb. And that's just how we're gonna work with that. So
I have no excuse. I just
having said all that,
didn't.
last Saturday of the month will be Whip Sprints. You can join us
Mhm.
all live here on YouTube. What else we got going on? As always, the wonderful, the kind, the Aaron of Fireweed Fiber Co. and Mr. Tristan have perma 10% off gift coupon code you can use. So you can save 10% off a purchase with them. And given that I have seen a lot of the colors and stuff that she's been working on, yep, that's a thing.
There's some very good colors. Oh my gosh, I still need to order my
Oh
spinning fiber
God.
advent calendar.
Can
I'm
you
opening a
open
tab.
a
This is me
tab
opening.
right now?
This is me opening a tab
I
right freaking now.
I need to wrap a box for your spinning fiber this fall, ma'am. That needs to happen. That needs to happen.
This is me opening
Crazy
the
person.
thing. I have opened the advent calendar page. It's right here.
Good.
It's staring me in the face.
Good. We're gonna do that because those colors this year are freaking
Yeah, I just have to decide what fluff I want,
gorgeous.
which fiber type.
I don't know. What are the options? I went with the standard one because I like the minis. Oh, I could get a fiber. No, I have enough fiber. Don't no. Jocelyn,
Yeah,
say
no, I
no.
don't. Let's see. Okay, there's
I literally
okay,
just counted how many
for
skeins I have.
if you want mini skeins, there's the sweet pea sock, which is the standard. It's this one,
Yeah, yeah.
this base.
I get the sweet pea sock because I like the sweet pea sock.
There's the wood lily sock, which is the tweed one with the little
Mhm.
tweedy bits. There's wood lily DK, which is the same thing but DK weight.
Mhm.
And then for fibers, there are 12-day calendars, and there's Targi bamboo silk, which is the same as that purple one that I'm drop spinning.
I know her.
There's
I go to shows with her. I know these fiber pieces.
there's merino silk flax, and there's Polwarth.
Oh, the merino silk flax.
I'm thinking about it. It's that or the
Oh,
Polwarth. But
okay,
I don't
that's
think
right.
I have a merino silk flax blend. I think that's the way to go. It's also cheaper to do the 12-day one. And then I don't have a bunch of minis that I'm still not using.
Because it's 12 days instead of 24, which, I understand. Well, in which case, I think we're good. So I will say for Patreon members till Saturday, for everybody else until next week, I'm Jocelyn.
And I'm Diana.
And no matter where your week takes you, don't forget to knit.
Don't forget to knit.